Alrighty guys, we wanted to make a serious video here today regarding whatnot, collecting, selling on eBay, and exactly what has gone on in the scene for a bit. So I've been selling on whatnot and eBay for a bit now, and I wanted to share some details with you guys. So let's jump right in. One of the first things I wanted to go ahead and go over is what whatnot stands for, what exactly they do, and what exactly is the function of the page. So in case you guys haven't heard, Whatnot is another online retailer like eBay, any of those person-to-person seller websites. And ultimately what they bring to the table is direct auctions. So their main focus is to make sure that buyers can go in, buy products of all different sorts. It's not just collectibles. I do believe they offer clothing and different other opportunities there as well. But the main goal is to be able to bid, and the whole goal of the platform is to make sure that everything is done through your phone. It is a mobile-based primary seller service, and essentially it's become this gambling website. You don't just go there, see the card you like, bid on it, and that's it. Most of these sellers on Whatnot are bidding for the opportunity to gain a card or for the chance to win something, which is against Whatnot's rules, but yet they don't do much about it. And that's where a lot of honest sellers are falling behind on the store, because you expect to want to go there and have prices as transparent as you would with eBay, having them fair or close to fair market value, but everyone will ignore your page if you do this. No one wants to play the game of buying it at a good price. They want to play the game of high risk. Do I pay it for less than what it's worth, or do I pay for more than what it's worth? And it's this gambling aspect that people like and are addicted from Whatnot. And I think that is where the big issues lie. So we're moving forward with breaks, channel breaks. In case you guys aren't familiar with what a break is in particular, this is where you buy a large case or a large stack of product and you sell it to the clients based on a player, a team, a letter. There's many different ways to get it, but you essentially pay for a name or a name of a team, and when that person starts ripping these packs, anything that falls into the category you paid for is yours. Now, what's going on a lot with this is that they're watering down for packs in a way where a lot of players that aren't worth anything, people are paying $10, $15 just to get a piece. And then they try to randomize this. So they'll put a lot of players that are nobodies, essentially people that are worth nothing, and then have the star players be worth the most, knowing that a lot of these players won't even get a draw out of these packs. People will still pay money and get these. I've even seen Whatnot sellers selling players that aren't even part of the set. You guessed it, meaning that if you bought that name, you have zero chance of getting any cards. And they get away with this on a daily because everything is very lenient there. Everything should be pretty transparent, and most people want to play this game. So it's the chance, it's the thrill of the chase that leads Whatnot to be as successful as it's been. Now, one of the things as well that makes it seem very successful, but it's one of the things that I think is plaguing the site overall, are bots. Hands down. This is a website that charges you for advertisement, meaning that they draw traffic to your site directly when you pay them money. So for example, you give them $5, they can generate you between 1 to 13 viewers. They don't guarantee any sellers, but they're guaranteeing you someone is going to stop by your stream. Why is this a problem? When a website is filled with these bots, they can tell you that we made 13 people stop by your page, but none of them were interested. We fulfilled our end of the bargain, so you've paid us, and that is that. But you can tell that a lot of these transactions or buyers are from accounts that either have never bought anything from the website at all. They just created the profile within just a few weeks or days from the moment of them visiting you with absolutely zero purchases. And you see that they as well, all they do is stream hop, meaning that they're going from channel to channel to channel, and they don't stop. Now, why is this a problem? Because you're paying for real traffic. You want eyes to come see the products that you have to hopefully grab the attention to one of these. So when ever it's a bot coming in to your store, they're not going to be interested in nothing. It's a bot that's programmed to come in and leave after a period of time so they can charge you that money. And that is one of the downsides that I've personally faced. Now, the last one, and this is more on a seller basis, since it's so easy to get into this website and it's so easy to start selling, you just need to set up your phone, point it at your desk, and you're good to go. There's a lot of bad eggs out there. I would say even, and this is unfortunate because I do believe that the criteria is you must be over 18, but there's a lot of children there, people who seem very, very young and inexperienced selling stuff. For instance, I had a bad experience with this seller. I was, I guess, exploring the website for the first time. I believe it was just me testing out the site after joining as a seller, but I joined this kid's store who I assume was underage, and he had no one there, and he was pretty much trying to amplify, please buy these cards, we need to sell these cards, what are we gonna do? So ultimately I bought the cards. I paid for more than what I thought that they were worth. He was stating that they were worth $15. I checked market value, they were at 11. I paid 10. I didn't even want these cards. I was trying to help this kid out. So after I buy these cards, he starts generating a lot of traffic. I moderate for him. I start bringing in my traffic into his page as well so he can start selling. I felt bad for the kid. And he starts selling a gambling game where you would spin for a chance to buy some ETBs that he had, and whatnot was doing nothing. And all of this while I'm expecting my cards to come into the mail, only to hear his dogs ate the cards that I bought for $10. Whatnot was pretty good with it. They were able to give me a refund. Obviously, it was never marked as delivered, so it wasn't truly an issue there. But it was just that simple. His dogs ate the cards. That is it. I don't get the cards at all. And essentially here, this is where the problem lies, because this happens with big ticket items as well. So you get these sellers that come in, they have this big card, they have a number they want to sell it for, and unfortunately it doesn't sell for that number. It sells for either what it's worth or market or slightly under market, and they overplayed their hand. These people don't just take the loss for being a loss. Whatnot grants you a time period or time frame to be able just to classify a loss, and they don't look at you twice. So if you do this once every 30 sales or whatever the case may be, because they do look at a percentage of frequency of this happening, you're good to go. And this is where the problems lie, because people will test their hands, try to see how much they can sell something, and pull it and then go to pages like eBay to actually sell the card. Whatnot has a lot of potential. It is a good, I guess, site, and it is a good place to sell. The only issue is that they are so involved right now and making so much money that they only can stand back and allow these sellers to break these rules. There's no ands, if, or buts about it. They are making money this way. I'm sure they are happy with the money that they're making. So it is, I guess, a benefit for them to allow these sellers to do it until it becomes out of hand or somebody notable notices, and then they can ultimately step in and take these stores down. But even people like Boston Card Hunter, which is a big YouTuber that handles these particular types of cases, is being ignored at the moment because all of the money that is being made. We're talking, it is absurd. So these companies are being forced to look the other way. But ultimately, it is not the website where you're going to grow unless you're willing to take losses and play the game that is there. Now, Whatnot is not a bad place overall. Like I said, it does have potential, and it is overall a good website. But who is it for? So ultimately, if you're a gambler, you like taking chances, you like winning and you like losing, then Whatnot is for you. There's going to be games to play. There's going to be many different types of sellers, and a lot of them might not know what they're doing. And this is where it leads me to the next point. Snipers. We're talking people sit on this website all day looking for the lowest populated rooms to go ahead and invade that channel and try to take up cards that may be worth a little bit more at lower contested rates, because they know that these sellers are desperate. They know that these sellers are willing to take a loss to try to draw in traffic to their channel. So they'll take advantage of this, and they'll go and they'll interact with these channels, all in hopes to be able to draw cards at a very low rate. Now, there's nothing fundamentally bad about snipers. All I'm saying here is that if that's the type of person you are, then Whatnot might be for you. Just make sure you know what you're doing and you're playing the game, because the only people that are getting sniped on at this moment in time are the uneducated, the newbies, or the youngsters. So ultimately, when it comes down to that, make sure that you know what you're doing. Make sure that you understand the game that you're playing and the risks involved. Now, overall, I don't want to make this video seem like I have any malice towards Whatnot and that I'm never going to sell in Whatnot ever again. No, hopefully I'm making this video to educate all of you into understanding what Whatnot is, and to really grow an understanding. I'll be doing a few Whatnot streams here every now and then, but my main focus is going to be eBay. I am trying to do eBay Live, which is the equivalent of Whatnot, but through eBay services. But they have a pretty much closed system now that only invites can get people in. So we're hoping to get into that so we can make a video on that on a future date. But tell me what you guys think below. Is Whatnot a website that you guys think are credible? Let me know down in the comments below. Good stories, bad stories, or if there's anything you'd like me to report on, something that horrified you or something that opened up your eyes, make sure to inbox us so we can share these stories with other people, and make sure we're keeping these companies accountable, because again, a lot of good companies are falling under because they just don't wish to lose the money that they're making. So either way, guys, until next time, you know who it is, King Fury. Peace.